Well, hey, as we get ready to start fresh and wipe the slate clean, you might want some tips on how to powerfully do that and make it stick. Joining me now is executive mindset coach Joni Ray to help us all bring in some peace into this next phase, into this new year. Joni, I know you have about 5 tips that you want to share with people. Let's start with one. You have stop what doesn't serve you.
Yes,
What does that
Rashida.
mean?
This means we have so much on our plates. Everyone is overwhelmed and stressed out. What we need to do is take an inventory of how we're spending our time and really look at one by one what is not serving me right now. Take an honest look, and whatever's not giving you energy, whatever's not serving you, go ahead and take it off the list for this calendar year. Leave it in the past. You don't need to keep doing what doesn't serve you.
Yeah, a lot of times people feel like, well, I've been doing this for a long time, or I've known this person for a long time, and it can be hard to cut people out. And that kind of brings us to step number 2, and that's set boundaries.
Setting boundaries is a big one for the new year. Whether you are spending time with your family or spending time at work, setting boundaries is going to be key so you can focus 100% on what's in front of you. So setting boundaries means being very clear with the people in your life about what is important to you right now and sticking to that. And as you stick to your boundaries, people will respect them as you're consistent.
I know a lot of times, especially for me, once I start to set those boundaries, people can sometimes be surprised, but you really do have to set them and stick to them. And that kind of brings us to our next one, prioritizing your self-care and your self-health.
Finding that voice starts from within. It starts with that self-care. Questions to be asking yourself. Have I moved my body today? That is a daily question we need to be asking ourselves. We need to be asking ourselves questions like, when was the last time I got a massage? That is a self-care question. So really prioritizing yourself, putting yourself first before other people, before other priorities, it's going to be key coming into this new year.
So what is it that you do as an executive mindset coach to help people on that 5th tip when it comes to fostering healthy relationships?
When people hear healthy relationships, they're assuming relationships with other people. I include with my clients, how is that relationship going with yourself? So when we look at the relationships in our lives and the quality of them, that is a direct reflection of the quality of our own lives, and that includes the relationship with ourselves. So you're the only person you're with all the time. Yes. So we need to foster that relationship, work on that relationship with ourselves. What that looks like is what kind of thoughts am I telling myself? Am I treating myself like I would a good friend of mine? And then as far as all the other people in your life, kind of related to that first one is, as you mentioned earlier, it might be hard to cut people out of your life, but those people in your inner circle is going to be monumental to where you're about to go in the new year. Yeah.
Well, here are the 5 steps again. Stop what doesn't serve you, set boundaries, prioritize self-care and health, mindfulness and gratitude, and foster healthy relationships. Executive Mindset Coach Joni Ray, thanks so much for joining us here on Local News
You're
Live.
so welcome. Thank you, Rashida, for having me.
Of course.